in general funds, where street cleaning is supposed to be according to city charter, to make up for the mismanagement of the DPW. The long-awaited, expensive, and irrelevant rate study is supposed to be completed by now. Is it?
I am Walter Donington Muhammad. I am a spiritual vocal being. I allow my soul to represent the will of my spirit. So I call on you, members of this utility committee. The word is transparency. You are to be open and honest. I have talked to you for a year about a street that is overseen with the Department of Public Works. She had talked as well as had supervisors come out and look at the work that had been done due to a trash truck dumping waste on the street from 3/4 of the street from the top to the bottom. Now, why is I'm saying transparency? Because Ms. Overstreet has been in Georgia and helping a senior who had a neighbor drain sewage triangle on the power onto her property. Now the woman has a septic tank company this week putting in a new septic tank. Ms. Overstreet staff had put in the house there was a water on tail road and Butler Road. And her staff, Frank, has got information collaborated with members of the city to have someone to talk to them. Now they're gone and the house is being remodeled. The house had wood stored all in the front. Literally, trees cut stored all in the front. Now we talk because there's a house in the street and Miss Overstreet and her staff have called that man to leave. And then that house began remodeled. Why is I'm saying transparency? Because there's a B person on tail room who was given that opportunity by the administration of Mr. Reed, as well as Mr. C.T. Munn and members of the Transportation Committee, Brother Anthony Muhammad. Ever since 2010, I take my work serious. I'm an advocate like Mr. Howard. And Mr. Howard speaks up and continues to speak with honesty and kindness. And I don't think you are being sincere. So I ask you today, have someone to look from the Public Works Department to do something about this street. Get some resolution to this street. I am Lord Anthony Muhammad, a spiritual being. And for the church, why don't you speak up for the houses, Caucasian and these, please, 21st century, Caucasian churches, white and black churches. Speak up for the poor. Speak up for the houses in Atlanta.
Greetings to you, council members and staff, and special greetings to you, citizens and voters of Atlanta who have tuned in to follow your government in action. Ben Howard, Senior Advocate, Public Policy Analyst. I have been asked to stop picking on poor little Patricia Creighton, the janitor of People TV. I have come to testify that 1, Patricia Creighton is no weakling, and 2, to assure the public that Patricia Creighton knows how to fend off all criticism of her actions and her inaction, leading to the demise of our beloved People TV. Patricia Creighton has run for political office. Patricia Creighton has helped others run for political office. Patricia Creighton is fully capable of handling questions related to the operations of People TV. So today I'm just going to pose 3 questions. Patricia Creighton, why didn't you set up that special board meeting for August 30th so People TV board members can meet and start taking action on things that they have not taken action on? Patricia Creighton, why are you unwilling to work with Diane Williamson of the Council on Aging to seek funding for senior citizens' concerns in a collaborative venture? Patricia Creighton, why don't you let People TV board members know that although you are insured and they're paying for it against being sued for your actions and elections, People TV board members are liable for unpaid taxes and other People TV shortcomings. Stay tuned, y'all.
This is Margaret Roach, and I'm again calling about the unfair solid waste fee. I'm Vice President of the Cross Creek Condo Association, which is comprised of 936 units and approximately 2,000 voters. Despite many protests, we yet again received an unfair solid waste bill this July. As you know, we do not receive any trash pickup, recycling, or bulk waste removal from the city. Our condo association pays private contractors for those services. It's outrageous for individual companies to charge the base rate for services we are not getting. Also, condos, townhomes, and commercial properties have been singled out to pay for common service goods, such as street cleaning and right-of-way mowing. These are services for all the public, and all taxpayers should pay for them, not just multifamily or commercial property owners. These services can easily be paid for from the general fund without raising the millage rate, as property values are rising throughout Atlanta. Additional funding options could be eliminating waste, creating a better bidding process, and drawing on the city's ample reserves. We have been calling and writing about this issue for over 2 years. The council has cited the solid waste study as an excuse for inaction. A study should not be needed to determine that these fees are wrong. You need to do the right thing and rewrite the ordinance so it is fair, equitable, and transparent to all. Thank you.
Hello, City Council members. My name is Miss Margie. I'm calling again, hitting again. Forgiveness of the water bill, forgiveness. And also, Georgia Powell, we are growing, Atlanta is growing. Why don't we have competition? Georgia Powell is the only source that we're dealing with. Since we're growing so fast, why do we have another competition? Why just Georgia Powell? That's a question mark. Because we got competition, maybe utilities, the bills will go down when you got competition. That's just like when the telephone company. But the city of Atlanta chose not to have competition. Why? That's my question. Why? Don't you think it would be cheaper that we had other people, products that could also drive down the cost? But Georgia Powell, some kind of way with City Hall, is Georgia Powell running City Hall? If you're for the people, the have and the have not? That's the question that I'm asking the City Council. Why don't we have other people or other companies besides Georgia Powell? Don't say what can't happen, because you build the Mercedes-Benz. So why we can't have other companies besides Georgia Powell? That's my question.
Members, that concludes public comment.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Evans, would you get the name and contact information for the first speaker who was concerned about her payment to Watershed and all the other issues that she raised? And relative to the last person who made comments, I would recommend it go to the Public Service Commission. They are the body that regulates the utilities in the state of Georgia. The City Council does not have that authority. Again, that's go to the Public Service Commission, it's part of the state of Georgia, to voice your concerns relative to the electric utility. All right, with that said, that concludes the public comment. Again, we are postponing the presentation of the quarterly update from the Department of Public Works until our next meeting. So that leads us now to the consent agenda, Section H. Mr. Evans.
Item number 1, 21-0677, an ordinance by City Utilities Committee authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to amend the FY 2022 budget for the Water and Wastewater Renewal and Extension Fund in the amount of $977,000.00 to transfer funds from the watershed reserves for appropriations and add funds to the large water meter testing and repair project and for other purposes.
All right. All right, we're now at section I. Mr. Evans.
Item number 2, 21-0633. An ordinance by City Utilities Committee authorizing the mayor or her designee to execute a cooperative technical assistance intergovernmental cost sharing agreement between the City of Atlanta, Cobb County Marietta Water Authority, DeKalb County, the Atlanta Fulton County Water Resources Commission, Gwinnett County, and the Atlanta Regional Commission to fund technical and legal research related to water supply in an amount not to exceed $900,000.00 for the period July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2024, subject to and expressly contingent upon the adoption and approval of the fiscal year 2023 and 2024 budgets. All contracted work shall be charged to and paid from the fund department, organization, and account number listed herein and for other purposes.
Commissioner Browning on the line.
Hey, good morning, Madam Chair and council members. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Hey, good morning. This is Makita Browning, Department of Watershed Management. The purpose of this legislation is to renew the Cooperative Technical Assistance Intergovernmental Cost Sharing Agreement between the City of Atlanta, fellow cities and counties in the metro area, and the Atlanta Regional Commission to fund and coordinate technical and legal research related to water supply policies and related activities in an amount not to exceed $900,000. The ARC is responsible for long-range planning and coordinating the activities of counties and cities in the metro Atlanta area. The agreement is for a 3-year term and authorizes the ARC to carry out certain technical assistance activities in cooperation with affected units of local government. Subject to your questions, that completes my overview.
All right, colleagues, are there any questions? Not a motion.
Shook approval.
Second, Matzkite.
All right, been motion by Mr. Shook, seconded by Mr. Matzkite. There's no unreadiness. Let's go ahead and open the vote.
The vote is open.
Ms. Winslow, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you.
Check with yeas.
All right, thank you.
The vote is closed. It's 7 yeas and 0 nays.
All right, that's approved. Next item, please.
Item number 3, 21-0634, an ordinance by City Utilities Committee authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to amend the fiscal year 2022 Water and Wastewater Renewal and Extension Fund budget in the amount of $20 million.00 to transfer funds from the watershed reserves for appropriations and add funds to the Sewer Group 4 Small Diameter Rehabilitation Project, Contract B, and for other purposes.
All right, Commissioner.
Hey, good morning again, Madam Chair, council members. The purpose of this legislation is to fund the Sewer Group 4 Small Diameter Rehabilitation Contract B. This is the sister contract to Contract A that was approved a few cycles ago. And it's a consent decree project that will continue efforts to upgrade the city's existing small diameter sewers pursuant to the First Amendment consent decree. The work will remedy defects observed during the city's sewer system evaluation survey and will reduce the amount of its drainage flows, I&I entering the system, as well as overflows. The defined scope of work will take place within the Peachtree Creek and Nancy Creek sewer basins. Roughly 15,000 linear feet of pipe is scheduled for upgrade, utilizing various proven technologies and techniques to complete the necessary upgrades. We will be utilizing the design build delivery approach to facilitate implementation of this project. Subject to your questions, that completes my overview.
All right, thank you. Colleagues, any questions for the Commissioner?
Shook, motion approved.
Thank you.
Second, Matzkite.
All right, thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. Are there any questions? Seeing none, let's open the vote.
The vote is open.
Mr. Close, how do you vote?
In favor?
All right, thank you.
The vote is closed at 7 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you, that stands approved. Next item, please.
Item number 4, 21-0635. An ordinance by City Utilities Committee waiving the requirement of Section 2-910 of the Atlanta City Code to authorize the Chief Financial Officer to accept a Section 319H grant and amend the fiscal year 2022 intergovernmental grant fund budget in the amount of $400,000.00 to anticipate and appropriate grant funds from the Georgia Environmental Protection Division to the Intergovernmental Grant Fund, to authorize the mayor or her designee to execute an agreement for the 319H grant to fund the Utoy Creek Watershed Project, which requires matching funds in an amount of $600,000.00. All contracted work will be charged to and paid from the fund department organization and account number listed and for the purposes.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hill, are you on the line?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Good morning. Todd Hill, Watershed Management. The City of Atlanta Department of Watershed Management has been actively involved in developing projects to address water quality concerns in the Utoy Creek watershed. The Utoy Creek Watershed Improvement Plan identifies and prioritizes projects that address existing impacts and issues originating from historical land use in the Utoy Creek watershed by managing stormwater runoff to improve the hydrological regimen of the streams, reduce the pollutant load to streams, and improve aquatic habitat, as well as to address localized drainage issues. DWM is currently implementing a first phase of green infrastructure project in Utoy Creek using funding from a FY18 EPA 319 grant, and the department was subsequently awarded the FY 2020 319 grant funds via competitive grant process to implement phase 2. Project will consist of bioretention and demo features in city parks and rights-of-way in the Westview neighborhood and surrounding area. The neighborhood association is supportive of these efforts and will be engaged in the implementation of these projects. This concludes my presentation. Subsequent to any questions you have.
All right, colleagues, any questions for Mr. Hill? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Shook, approval.
Thank you.
Second, Winslow.
Thank you, Ms. Winslow. Are there any other questions? If not, let's open the vote.
The vote is open.
Okay.
And the vote is closed at 7 yeas and 0 nays.
Great, thank you very much. Next item.
Item number 5, 21-0636. An ordinance by City Utilities Committee authorizing the mayor or her designee to execute all appropriate documents to grant a utility to the Georgia Power Company for a utility easement over the real property known as Zero Bridges Avenue, tax parcel identification number listed here, Fulton County, Georgia, to anticipate and appropriate an amount not to exceed $1,500.00 as compensation for the easement, waiving Real Estate and Procurement Code Article 10, Subdivision 3, sections 2-1571, 2-1572, and 2-1574 of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances, and for other purposes.
All right, Mr. Vaccaro, are you on the line?
Good morning, Madam Chair and council members. This is Rob Vaccaro, Department of Watershed Management. This legislation is for the City of Atlanta's Department of Watershed Management to accept an offer from Georgia Power to acquire an underground easement for a transition project. Georgia Power is planning to install certain equipment necessary to operate to provide a more reliable electrical service. The land that belongs to Watershed does not form part of the drinking or water as a wastewater system, and there are therefore no issues in granting the easement under the bond covenants. Georgia Power has offered $1,500 for acceptance of these services. In terms of where it's located, the easement crosses Watershed's parcel known as Zero Bridges Avenue. There is a map showing the location of the easement with the legislative package. So let me know if you have any questions.
All right, colleagues, any questions?
I just had one question, Madam Chair. So is this up? Is this up by Bridges and Loma Linda? What part of Bridges is this on?
Yes, so it's just wanted to clarify. It's on the corner of Bridges Avenue and Westmont Road Southwest. There's an outdoor activity center on the north side of Bridges Avenue, and there's Watershed owns. It's a long, thin parcel that it's really. We had that, I believe, to establish an easement many years ago. So it's just Georgia Power wants to. They just want to cross a portion of the easement where we've got no services at this current point. Does that make sense to you, Councilmember?
Yes, it comes out to Westmont Road on that back side. Okay. I know
that's
what you're speaking of. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Second, sure.
Thank you. It's a motion to approve by Ms. Winslow, seconded by Mr. Shook. Colleagues, are there any questions? If not, let's open the vote.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. 7 yeas and 0 nays.
All right, that's approved unanimously. Let's go to the next item, number 6.
Item number 6 is 21-00637. An ordinance by City Utilities Committee to ratify services rendered in connection with agreement RFPS 1200282, Green Infrastructure Design Challenge, Continental Colony Elementary School with Star White House Landscape Architects and Planners, PLLC, beginning August 20th, 2021, and to authorize the mayor or her designee to execute the First Amendment to the agreement to extend the term of the agreement retroactively effective August 20th, 2021 through February 16th, 2022 at no additional cost on behalf of the Department of Watershed Management in accordance with Section 2-1163, subsection C of Article 10, Procurement and Real Estate Code of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances and for other purposes.
Mr. Hill?
Good morning, Madam Chair. Todd Hill, Department of Watershed Management. The purpose of... Madam Chair, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm saying good morning, but yes, go ahead again.
Okay. Yes. The purpose of the project is to maximize infiltration and storage in the project area from the parking lot located at Continental Colony Elementary School and surrounding green space, while creating green infrastructure features that provide enhancement of public opportunities for the school and surrounding community. This was part of our GI challenge. It was one of our projects. It will also minimize impacts to parking use by the school and blend improvements with existing use of property by the school and associated amenities. The project schedule experienced significant delay due to the unforeseen requirements with Atlanta Public Schools of background checks and fingerprinting for the consultants personnel conducting the site survey. And we are requesting an amendment to 180 days beginning August 20th, 2021 through February 16th, 2022. And that concludes my presentation. Subsequent to any questions.
All right, thank you very much. Colleagues, any questions for Mr. Hill? Or entertain a motion?
Move approval, Madam Chair.
Winslow,
Okay, was
second.
that Mr. Hill or Mr. Mazzacott? I couldn't tell.
Mazzacott.
All right, so Mr. Mazzacott made the motion, seconded by Ms. Winslow. If there is no unreadiness, let's open the vote.
The vote is open.
Cook, aye.
Thank you.
And the vote is closed. It's 7 yeas and 0 nays.
All right, thank you. That is approved. Next item.
The next item is number 7, 2100638, an ordinance by City Utilities Committee to authorize the mayor or her designee to execute the First Amendment to Agreement SS-S-1200564, Info Water Software Licenses, Training, and Annual Support to amend the effective date to July 1, 2020, to exercise the first renewal option under the agreement for a term of 1 year, retroactively effective from July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2022, in an amount not to exceed $90,526.50 to ratify services rendered in connection with the agreement beginning July 1, 2020 through October 7, 2020, and from July 1, 2021 through the exercise of the first renewal on behalf of the Department of Watershed Management in accordance with Section 2-1163, subsection C of Article 10, Procurement and Real Estate Code of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances, all contracted work to be charged to and paid from the Fund Department organization and account numbers listed herein and for other purposes.
All right, thank you. Is Tori Martin on the line?
Good morning, Madam Chair. This is Tori Martin, Department of Watershed Management. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. The purpose of this legislation is to renew the annual software license and technical support services for the InfoWater software licenses. The Department of Watershed Management utilizes the hydraulic modeling software system suite to perform different simulations of the City of Atlanta's sanitary and combined sewer collection systems and drinking water distribution systems. This also provides support to engineering, permitting, operations, GIS, the fire department, and aviation department. This is a proprietary software that the Office of Engineering Services has been utilizing for all of its hydraulically simulation needs. Subject to any questions, that completes my overview.
All right. Are there any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Approval, Shook.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mazzacott.
Great, thanks. Been properly moved and seconded. If there are no questions, let's please open.
The vote is open.
Ms. Winslow, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you.
The vote is closed. It's 7 yeas and 0 nays.
All right, thank you. Next item. That stands approved.
There are 2 held items that can be acted on today, items number 9 and items number 10.
Take item. Okay, go ahead.
Item number 9, shall we take that?
Yes.
Okay, it's 21-00213, an ordinance by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland to provide an exemption from the liens created due to unpaid water bills. Oh, actually, there's a substitute in your packet. I can read that caption if the committee prefers.
Yes, a second motion to bring the substitute forward. That motion.
Second.
Can we open that up while you are getting ready to read? Do it.
Let's vote first, and then I'll read.
Sounds great.
And the vote is open.
Let's see, Ms. Winslow, how do you vote?
In favor.
Okay. Mr. Mr. How do you vote? Mr. Shook, how do you vote?
I'm sorry, aye.
Okay. I think that's everybody.
Yes, the vote is closed at 7 yeas, 0 nays.
All right, the substitute. Now would you read in the caption?
Sure. The caption is an ordinance by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland, substituted by City Utilities Committee, an ordinance authorizing the Commissioner of the Department of Watershed Management to execute a payment and release agreement with Atlanta Beltline, Inc. to adjust water and sewer charges in an amount of $1,085,250.73 and for other purposes.
All right, Commissioner Browning.
Hey, good morning, Madam Chair and council members. Hear me?
Yes, good morning. Yes.
All right. The purpose of this legislation is to provide an exemption from liens created as a result of a past due water bill by prior owners of a property that is located at 435 Chapel Road, Northwest 30318. In May of this year, Atlanta Beltline, Inc. and Atlanta Beltline Partnership purchased roughly 31 acres. The acquisition of the property represents ABI's largest transaction to date in support of affordable housing and is a part of their strategy to create thoughtful development to foster affordable housing, job creation, small business growth, and connectivity through land ownership. Previous owners of the parcel failed to pay an outstanding water balance, which resulted in a lien of approximately $1.28 million. A large portion of the outstanding water bill is due to significant underground water infrastructure leaks and deficiencies that were absorbed into the ground and not conveyed through the sewer system to be treated at a water reclamation center. ABI plans to redevelop the site into a mixed-income community. In developing the property, ABI plans to complete the necessary upgrades to the water infrastructure to remedy the leaks, and the redevelopment will provide a significant public benefit. In light of the proposed infrastructure improvements, ABI and DWM is seeking to adjust the balance of the outstanding water liens to approximately $191,000. And with the stipulation that if the redevelopment does not commence within a 5-year period or complete within 10 years, all liens will be reinstated. And I believe that Councilmember Westmoreland and or representatives from Atlanta Beltline and Finance may be on the call. Allow them to provide further input if needed. But that completes my overview.
Okay. Ali, any questions for the Commissioner?
This is Councilmember Hills.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, just the Commissioner stated a lot of what I was going to state, so I just wanted to speak in support of this. This land transaction was actually an idea of Councilmember Westmoreland and I to bring more affordable housing along the Beltline, and I'm glad that transaction has taken place. And in order to reduce some of the redevelopment costs of this, I'm supportive of reducing these water bills that were instituted over the time that there were many underground leaks and much before the Beltline owned this property. So I support this, and I'll move to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? I'll second it. Any discussion or questions? All right. Looks like questions in the queue standing.
No, only Councilmember Hillis, who just spoke.
All right, then let's open the vote, please. Thank you.
The vote is open.
Ms. Winslow, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. Mr. Shook, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you.
And the vote is closed. It's 7 yeas and 0 nays.
All right. Thank you very much. That stands approved. Are we going to take item?
Item number 10, we've received an IPRO that was distributed to all the committee members at about 10 a.m. And we can, the committee can amend this paper to attach to the IPRO and take a vote. I'll read the caption. It is item number 10, 21R3676, a resolution by City Utilities Committee authorizing the mayor or her designee to execute an agreement for IFBC 1210227, maintenance agreement for permeable pavers with Ed Castro Landscape, Inc. on behalf of the Department of Watershed Management for a term of 2 years with 2 one-year renewal options in an amount not to exceed $400,000.00. All contracted work will be charged to and paid from the fund department, organization, and account number listed herein and for other purposes.
Thank you. I make a motion to amend to add the IFRO report.
Second.
All right. If there's no unreadiness or discussion, let's go ahead and open the vote on that amendment.
The vote is open.
All right, Ms. Winslow, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thanks. Did everyone, Mr. Hillis, have you voted?
I have now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. No problem.
The vote is closed. 7 yeas and 0 nays.
All right, thank you. That's been amended to add the IPRO. Now the paper as amended is before us. Any questions or anyone want to make a motion to approve or not?
Shook approval as amended.
Second.
All right, then approved in second. Been motioned and seconded to approve as amended. Are there any questions? If not, let's open the vote.
The vote is open.
Thank you. Let's see, Ms. Winslow, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. Mr. Hillis.
The vote is closed. 7 yeas and 0 nays.
All right, thank you. Is that the end of our legislative items for this meeting?
Thanks, Madam Chair.
Okay. We amended the agenda at the top of to add an executive session at this point, but I wanted to take a point of personal privilege because this is the last legislative paper to thank Mr. Evans for his tenure and service to our City Utilities Committee. We are going to be losing him. He is joining the auditor's team. And so I just wanted to thank you for your service and for a job well done.
Thank you very much for the nice words.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to just chime in by saying that the committee's loss is the auditor's gain. So thank you for a job well done.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Evans. You've done a great job. You've been with us, is it 4 years?
2 years, a little over 2 years now.
Just 2 years. It seems like it's longer. But thank you. You've done an excellent job. And happy
Thank you, Councilmember. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you moving on. And you live in District 4, so I'm always happy to see people moving up, young people moving up. So congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Amen. All right. Anybody else?
Matt McKay, I'd love to pile on the bouquet tossing for Mr. Evans. Thank you so much for your work over the last several years in this committee and on the staff. It's been a pleasure, and we'll miss you. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Mr. Evans. I wish you well. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes. Now, Mr. Evans, we have received the information about how to go to Mr. Theo Pace has texted everyone the access and number to call for the executive session. Colleagues, let's do that now. We need to take a motion first, though, to go into executive session. I'll entertain a motion.
Shook approve.
Second, Hillis.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Shook, seconded by Mr. Hillis. If there are no questions or unreadiness, let's open that vote, please.
The vote is open.
Okay. Ms. Winslow, how do you vote?
In favor.
Okay, cool.
The vote is closed. 7 yeas, 0 nays.
All right, that is unanimously approved. Probably we will be going into an executive session. We will be coming out of that session to effectively come out of it and to adjourn. But at this point, colleagues, please go to the phone line for the executive session. Thank you. Yes, this is Councilmember Archibald. We have ended the executive session. In a minute, I'd like you to do a roll call to find out if all members have returned to the meeting.
I will do so.
All right, thanks.
All right, I believe most members are back. I'll do the roll call. Councilmember Andrea L. Boone.
Present.
Councilmember Dustin Hillis. Councilmember J.P. Matsakite.
Here.
Councilmember Joyce Shepard.
Present.
Councilmember Howard Shook.
Aye.
Councilmember Cleta Winslow.
Present.
All members are present, Chair Archibald.
All right, thank you very much. Colleagues, we will need to make a motion to come out of executive session, but before doing so, I would like to say that we did go into executive session for the purpose of receiving an update on a litigation matter. So with that, I will entertain a motion to come out of executive session. I will make that motion.
Second, Madam Chair.
Okay, was that Shook or Mazzicai? Pick one.
It was Shook.
Okay, thanks. All right, if there's no unreadiness, please open the vote.
The vote is open.
Matsakite, yes.
Shepard, yes.
Phyllis, yes.
Winslow in favor.
Boone, yes.
The vote is closed, and it will be 7 yeas and 0 nays.
All right, thank you. We have now ended the executive session. We finished all of the matters before this committee. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
I'll make that motion. You'll be the second, Mr. Mazzicai. Thank you, colleagues. Very good meeting. Thank you. We're adjourned.